In Movies and Money today, our film critic Erik Childress joins us now for the highly anticipated film, possibly of the summer, coming out, Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters?
Conductors in the metaphysical.
Okay, cool. See ya. Hey guys, which one of these makes me look more like a doctor?
Who was on the phone?
The Stonebrook Theater.
And this is a film that has been talked about in all imaginable ways, mostly for the wrong reasons we've talked about here on the show, and has been written about that there are a lot of people very upset with the fact that they're finally making another Ghostbusters movie, but they cast an entire female cast. Now, of course, this is absolutely ridiculous, and we should just wait until we see the movie to see if this is just going to be another kind of bad remake, just trying to cash in on the success of the original, or if it's going to be something worth talking about and maybe taking our daughters to.
Now, you saw the film.
I did.
What's your takeaway?
It's really good.
It's really good.
It's really good. We've had so many disappointments this summer. We've had so many movies that I would consider some of the worst movies of the year. And here's a movie.
It's been rough out there.
It's been it's been very hard to recommend a lot of movies to people. Even you ask them, like, I don't know, go see something on television.
HBO is my friend.
Well, it should be. They play a lot of good movies there. But Ghostbusters is that summer film that we wait for. We anticipate, that we want to tell people about it, because it's really funny. It has some new ideas to go along with a lot of nods to the original. The cast is really funny. The movie is really funny on top of everything.
I'm getting that.
Yeah, and Paul Feig, who has done 3 really good female-centric comedies. He did The Bridesmaids, which was a huge hit, The Heat, a huge hit, and Spy, which did very well. So he's got some pedigree to this, and he delivers in spades in Ghostbusters.
Now, while some of those movies were very funny, they were also very raunchy. So
Yes.
is the raunch factor in Ghostbusters?
Not at all. In fact, this movie has a PG-13 rating, but I think it's
Nice.
actually less tame than the PG-rated original from 1984. I mean, I think other than, I can only remember 1, maybe 2 swear words in the entire film. There's only 1 sort of self-inflicted death in the movie. So I think you can take your family to it. It's definitely worth sort of exposing kids, who, they're little girls and whatnot, who finally get their own Ghostbusters movie.
Did you like this one more than the original Ghostbusters?
No, I won't say that far. The Ghostbusters, the original, still remains a classic and is a big part of my childhood as well. I think the original really lays the groundwork for this film, but this makes for an absolutely great companion piece to the original film. It is definitely a remake and a reboot. It's not something that sort of follows the template of the original and sort of follows up on those ideas. It kind of recreates its own thing, which is fine because they do a really good job with it. The question is whether or not people are going to show up to see it, because this is a very high budgeted film for Sony. They've spent somewhere upwards of $158 million on the budget, and that's the 3rd highest budgeted film that they've had since 2013. And we're talking Spider-Man and James Bond. That's the level.
Big money.
Yeah, so this is a huge budgeted film, and considering that Ghostbusters from 1984, when you figure with inflation, is the biggest film in the history of Sony. We're talking to be about $500 million worth of tickets sold from back in 1984. So it makes sense in a way to have another version of this, but the whole reason we haven't had one for so long is because Sony has sort of said that they didn't want to create something so expensive.
Do they have an issue with spending money? Sony has issues with spending money.
Well, they kept telling Dan Aykroyd no and no and no over the years. Dan Aykroyd kept wanting to make a Ghostbusters 3 with the original cast when Harold Ramis was still alive and Ivan Reitman was still going to direct the film, but they kept saying no, the budget. And this is, ironically enough, something that they said back in 1983 when they were filming the original movie, that was going to be too expensive. They had to cut the budget, and now they've got a $158 million reboot on with a lot of negativity floating this way. But I'm hoping that the positive vibes, some of which we're giving off today, are going to reflect people's audience, and people are going to go see the movie and tell people about it, because this is one of the rare summer movies that actually lives up to the expectations that we have for summer movies.
But of course, it's stiff competition out there because animation has ruled the summer, starting with Finding Dory, and then, of course, The Secret Life of Pets.
And that's just the summer.
A record breaker over the weekend last weekend.
Yeah,
what, 103 million?
6th highest opening weekend in July. Another great opening for Illumination Entertainment, who is really becoming this secondary brand to Pixar, if you will. And animation, not just this summer, but the entire year. Back in 2010, the entire year, there were 11 weekends that were won by animated films.
11
weekends. This year alone, starting with this last weekend with Secret Life of Pets, we've had 10. and there's a very good chance The Secret Life of Pets is going to hold well enough to take the top spot from Ghostbusters as it comes in number 2, and that would be the 11th weekend. So it's very possible that animated films for the opening weekends could be setting a record here in 2016.
Can't wait to see what happens. Thank you, Eric.
Go see Ghostbusters.
Got it.